Hello, Leo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of April 27th through May 3rd. And during that time, we will have the new moon on the 28th. And of course, that's a time for a fresh start, new beginnings, learn a new skill, start new work, even make new decisions, that sort of thing. Then we move into the waxing crescent, and that's a time of heightened senses, really good time to execute those things that you've just started and to live up to your expectations and your intentions. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Leo. So, of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message card for this reading, be bold and make the first move. All right, let's see what the Leo Collective has going on for this week. And Leo, as I'm shuffling, I would like to say that since my readings are free to you, all I ask in return is that you hit that subscribe button. It really helps my channel, and it's super, super easy for you to do. So I will give you just a moment to do that right now. Thank you so much. And if you've been a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and helping me build a community here. I see you and I really appreciate it. Also, my weekly reminder would be to take time to meditate today. Go within, still yourself, quiet your mind, and just explore. If you already do this, you know what I'm talking about. If meditation is something that you do practice, or I'm sorry, if you don't practice it, today is just a really good day to start. So even if it's just a few minutes, try to start working that into your daily routine. I know when I first started, it takes a while. It takes a lot to settle me down. My mind is very active. I just tend to not be able to sit very long. I'm just constantly on the go, go, go. It's just how I am. And it feels really good to now be able to just sit and meditate for longer periods of time. So that is just my advice for you this week. All right, Leo, for April 27th through May 3rd, be bold and make the first move. Let's see what the Leo Collective has going on. Your present energy right now. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. So you've planted some seeds out in the world and you're kind of, you're just kind of waiting for things to grow. You're waiting for that harvest to come in. There's not really much you can do. The seeds are planted and you're just kind of maybe thinking about, thinking about the things you've done and seeds you've planted here and there and what may come of them, but not much you can do in the way of action. When it comes to that energy, it just is what it is. Your current situation is the Sun card. So you're sitting in, a place of really good balance and light and nurturing and you're just making the right moves right now. And that's really good. I mean, that's one of the happiest cards in the deck. You're just full of light and happiness about where you are, which is awesome. The root of your situation this week is going to be justice, and this is some truth coming out. This is a card of kind of this could be compensation. This is equilibrium. Just things that are just in balance and order. So, you know, you're sitting in that energy of that some sort of truth. And this could be something has come to light. For some people, it can literally mean that something has happened within the legal system that, something has gone your way. Some judgment has gone your way. The truth has come out. But, typically it means just kind of in general that there's kind of some truth that you're getting to on the inside about something. So that's something that we're all going through all the time. There's always those universal truths being revealed to us. So, and typically when I see this card, it's just something a little extra, something that, oh, wow, you've kind of just learned about the world. Just behind you is the Judgment card. So yeah, this kind of goes in with this Justice card, that there could have been some sort of judgment or some sort of, judgment that you were under, or someone was judging you or you were judging someone else. But this is a card of, kind of having a new awareness about something. And again, maybe some truth coming to light, some kind of movement there in the way of judgment. So have you recently been judging, or do you feel judged? You feel like someone was judging you, and did it bring you to some sort of truth? Were you able to hash it out, work it out? to get to some sort of truth. If so, you're feeling pretty happy about that. What's on your mind this week is the Two of Swords. So a little bit of indecision about something. So something arising for you. Maybe it has something to do with this be bold and make the first move card. And maybe you're just kind of sitting in an indecisive place about that. And this could be with anything. This could be work related, relationship related. This could be something within your family. There's really nothing coming out. It could just be something within you, that there's something that you do need to make a decision on, and you're just not quite there yet, and that's okay. Sometimes you get to think things through. There's no rush, right? All right, what is just ahead of you is the Fool card. So a new journey coming in for you. Um, Interesting. And if there is kind of some indecision, again, you're looking back kind of on your past here and going, here are the seeds I planted. I'm waiting for this harvest to come in, and the harvest could be something that is kind of a new journey for you. But you're doing it from a happy space, so that's good. In your advice situation is, wow, the World card. So here we go with the two of the happiest cards in the deck. And looking at these, these are the last three cards in the major arcana, would be the Sun, and then Judgment, and then Perfect Balance, this World card. And that's interesting. You could be here at the end of a cycle, because we have the card right here, the Fool card, which is the very first card in the series of the major arcana. So looks like maybe coming to some ending, and this could just be wrapping up some emotional ending, something where you've kind of made a judgment about something again, and you've come to some truth. And so, you've wrapped that up, and you're happy about it. You're good. You're okay with it. And you're gonna set off on this new journey, with this information in your pocket. You've kind of learned this. Again, on your mind is some sort of indecision. And maybe that has something to do with this making the first move, and you're not quite there yet. What is beyond your control this week is the Hierophant. So, beyond your control is seeking some sort of guidance. And this could be in the area that of whatever in question, whatever thing that you've gone through. If this is, oh, excuse me, if this is a work thing, it could be that you're seeking out someone at your workspace for some sort of guidance. I'm in this space and I've learned this thing, and now I want to do this move, and I can't really decide. And you'll seek out this person. If this is with relationship, this could be, same situation. I've been through this thing, I've learned this thing, I'm happy right now. I can't make this decision, but I want to be on this new journey, and I'm wrapping up everything that I've learned. Do you have any words of wisdom? So, again, tarot is a template, and it's just kind of a slice of time that kind of shows you where you're at and what your options are. So is there some guidance that you need to seek out this week when it comes to this place of making some first move and a little bit of indecision there? So you may want to seek out that person. In your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid, is the Two of Pentacles here. So, is it your secret desire to kind of juggle the world and juggle I see this as not only finances, but your material world, and just trying to make sure everything's where it needs to be. This could be, working on things or getting something in your material world right. Um, but is that your secret desire, or are you trying to avoid that? I hope it would be your desire to do that. In your outcome position, here is the Queen of Pentacles. So, we end up here kind of enjoying the fruits of your labor. Your very first card here was looking at this harvest, and we're going to end up here with a pentacle. So, and this could be, again, you get to this point, there's nothing you can really do with the seeds that you've planted, but when they do come in, you get to enjoy the fruits of that, and that's awesome. So, I'm going to say too that we've got a couple of twos. So Leo, I might have you, if you want to go look up the angel number 22, anytime I do see repeating numbers like that, I make that suggestion, and you may be seeing that number in your life somewhere, but it's just a good time to check out with the meaning of, like, the numerological meaning of 22. What is hidden from you this week is the Five of Cups. So grief and sadness is hidden from you. That's not on your plate this week, and that's good. I see that as a good thing. It just seems like you're going to have a very happy, productive, and I do feel like it's kind of the wrapping up of one thing and the moving into something new here, which is pretty exciting, Leo. I know it takes I've learned from doing this reading that it takes Leos quite a while to go through cycles. Leos have a much longer cycle than almost any of the other signs that I know of. Some signs seem to go through things and learn the lesson and cycle very quickly. Leo, you guys are so pensive, and so it just takes a long time for a Leo to really go through the full process of something, which I've learned from doing these readings. I've never known that before. It's very fascinating to me. All right, let's get you a final message card here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final words for Leo for April 27th through May 3rd. As they're being advised to make or to be bold and make the first move on something here. Laugh at your demons is the first card that comes out here. Good advice for all of us as we're all working through those. And raise your vibration. Shouldn't be too hard for you being in that sun energy, that light energy, that just feeling like the world clicks for some reason. So I don't know, Leo, I really like this reading. I'm not sure what it is that you need to be bold and make the first move on, but you do. So go ahead and do that. So, Leo, I really appreciate your time here with me today. Oh, there goes by somebody very loud on their motorcycle, I guess. I really appreciate your time here with me today. And I do hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're going through. Let me know what indecision you're having, or, what judgment or justice has come to you recently that's put you on this new path. Very interesting for me to hear that kind of feedback. Also, I do post weekly readings, so come back next week. We'll see if this situation continues on or if there's something completely new here for you, some new energy. And also, I will ask again, if you like my channel, like my reading style, please like and subscribe. It really helps me, and I appreciate that so much from you. And most importantly, it'll help you find me next week. So, Leo, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.